I don't know how a video game can be so successful and yet so neglected, especially given the pedigree of this game and the daily number of players that it attracts. You would think that it would be the #1 priority to maintain this game, to ensure its health. But Team Fortress 2, ladies and gentlemen, the fans are sick and tired of it. You can see right here, if you go to SteamDB, the fact that this game is not only successful, but it's consistently growing. I mean, the most recent all-time peak was 11 months ago. The game peaked at over 200, almost 254,000 players. And on a daily basis, this game attracts tens of thousands of players, almost 100,000 players every single day. And so you would think that it would be Valve's #1 priority to consistently maintain this game, to consistently resolve its issues, and to consistently ensure that Team Fortress 2 has a viable long-term future, given how much money the game can make for them and given how beloved this game is. But alas, this is just not what's been happening, which has led to recent reviews diving into an overwhelmingly negative score of 15% from over 38,000 user reviews. That's one of the lowest user-rated games of all time on the platform, and a lot of people believe that this is well-deserved because of the fact that Valve just has not fixed Team Fortress 2 in far too long, in far too many years, which is why this movement has started from fans. It's called #FixTeamFortress2. So, here's what this tweet reads like. It's time to get together and take a stance. Fix Team Fortress 2 June 3rd. Get ready to put the issue at hand in the spotlight. Enough is enough. Learn more at save.teamfortress, or TF. You can see right here the kind of traction that this movement has been garnering. This tweet alone, 2.3 million views and over 23,000 likes. And if you take a look at #FixTeamFortress2 or #SaveTeamFortress2, you'll find scrolling down that there are thousands of posts with a lot of traction, tons of likes that are discussing this issue, that there is only so much of this fans can take before this becomes egregious, especially because this game is monetized. And a lot of people have invested a lot of time and money into this title, and they want to feel like their investment isn't being neglected and ignored. They want to feel like they can rely on this game for the long term instead of it being so infested by bots and hackers and whatnot that it's just not possible to really play this game anymore, at least not in a safe way. So going to the save.tf website, you'll find that there's a petition here, and it is crazy how many people have already signed this. Over 265,000 signatures on this thing. There are not many petitions that gain this kind of traction, which highlights the passion that the Team Fortress 2 community has for the game and just how big the community is and how much Valve owes it to them, given the support they've provided to this game to just fix the game and to ensure that it is playable. The website also does a great job of breaking down exactly what the issues are, from cheaters to hackers, you name it. So aimbots is kind of one of the major issues here, where it just makes the game completely unfair to those who are playing without cheats. For the past 5 years, Team Fortress 2 has become nearly unplayable. The game's official servers have been overrun by hordes of cheating aimbots, while Valve has remained steadfast in their refusal to adequately tackle the problem. This lack of developer interference has thrown the game into a state of turmoil with seemingly no end in sight. And then the second paragraph highlights how egregious it is that there's so little attention put towards this game, given that they're still generating a lot of money from the title through microtransactions, and it feels like they're all focused on the monetization aspect of this game and not on, you know, the playability of it. And people need to have a playable game to feel like their investment in the microtransactions are worth it. So it just feels like their priorities are off kilter when it comes to Team Fortress 2. This site also highlights that it's not just about how the experience of playing the game is ruined, but also about how playing the game is actually dangerous now because of malicious actors who use their aimbots as a vessel to endlessly attack and harass community members. They abuse the in-game text and voice chats to spread the most vile hate speech imaginable, while simultaneously advertising their bot immunity services in an attempt to scam the players desperately looking for a solution. They've used the same means to dox people's personal information and broadcast it to the player base against their will. Bot hosters have gone as far as to commit actual crimes like using AI voice modifiers to impersonate and slander non-consenting parties, launching persistent DDoS attacks, and have even swatted one of their most ardent critics. It's actually a safety concern to play this game. It's an actual hazard to engage with this title because of malicious actors that are not being dealt with. There are just not enough security measures in place. There is no system in place to enforce certain sensible rules and policies. There's no anti-cheat measures whatsoever. It is just Wild West for cheaters, hackers, and malicious actors. They can just kind of go in there and do whatever they want without consequences, and that just shouldn't be for any online game of this magnitude that attracts this many players, a live service that is so thriving. The website then proceeds with their mission statement, which is to essentially amass all of these signatures, as well as screenshots, videos, stories, and whatnot surrounding all of the issues of this game, and send all of those to Valve so they'll listen, disrupt in a peaceful manner. The general goal is to send Valve a message and to spread word about this as much as possible so that eventually Valve will have no choice but to take some action because the PR will become too bad for the company to handle. It's also emphasized by this website that the reason the community has taken it this far is because they really, really care. This game has been out for 17 years now. A lot of people still consider it to be a masterpiece. They really want this game to thrive. You don't get over 265,000 signatures on a petition in a matter of days if a game is not truly beloved. And the fact that Valve is doing such a disservice to a game that is so beloved, that is so rare in how much a community loves it and how much it has stood the test of time. I just don't understand why they can't dedicate some resources, manpower, which they absolutely have. As the website emphasizes here, this game doesn't need new microtransactions at this stage. It doesn't need new weapon additions. What it needs is a solution to the bot crisis. It first needs to be playable before people feel motivated to buy its various items sold through the shop. To close things off, the website details how anyone can help. Basically, use the hashtag FixTF2 or hashtag SaveTF2 and just spread the word through various social media platforms and sign the petition and you name it. Basically, spread word about the fact that this movement is happening, and from the looks of it, it's going pretty damn strong. Though whether Valve will actually react to this, well, that remains to be seen because they really don't need to. They have such a good standing with Steam alone. They're making so much money off of that, and that allows them to become so complacent. So the hope is that this will appeal to their better nature and convince them that they have a great thing going here, and why not keep it going? The players who play this game get to have an awesome communal experience on a daily basis ad infinitum, and Valve gets to profit off of that as a company, and there gets to be a mutually beneficial relationship, but only if Valve is also willing to do their part. Even voice actors like Robin Atkin Downs, who voices the medic and understands the love that the community have for Team Fortress 2 and values this community, is speaking out, saying, "It makes me sad to see so many of you upset about the current state of Team Fortress 2. As your medic, I wish I could heal you all and heal the game." And in follow-up tweets, he, in a fake typed German accent, he basically kind of shows empathy towards the community and shows support for the Fix TF2 and Save TF2 movement, saying that, yeah, he wants things to be better for this game because, you know, he loves playing this character. He sees the passion of the community, and he feels like the community deserves better. Like, I don't know of any other company that could take such a successful product that remains successful after 17 years and that will likely remain successful for many more years to come and decide, why do we want to bother with it? But at the same time, the community has to do its part, and it's not about just spreading awareness and kickstarting a movement. It's also about doing what's most effective against companies, which is hitting their wallets. It means refusing to engage with the microtransactions, refusing to give money to the game, and making a tangible impact that way, where it shows that if Valve doesn't, do their part in ensuring the viability of Team Fortress 2 in the long term, then, they're going to suffer for it. They're going to essentially sink this gold mine of theirs, and that will force them to actually do something. But with all that said, we'll see how all of this plays out over the long term, whether Valve will ultimately decide to do the right thing, whether they'll hear the pleas of the community and do what's right here, which is to freaking fix the game. Like, just make it safe to play. People are not asking that much of you, just like make it functional, That's the most basic thing you should be able to do for a live service. That's like the lowest bar you can meet right there. But I suppose only time will tell how all this will play out. In the meantime, though, let me know in the comments below what your thoughts and opinions are on the current state of Team Fortress 2 and this whole fix TF2 and safe TF2 movement. And to be further updated on all things gaming news, reviews, and discussions, stay tuned right here on Young Yeah. I'll see you guys next time. Young out.